All right, let's get it. Come on. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Man, just looking at that scar, boys, getting a whole lot better. If you recall, keep up with these videos, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, had a pretty catastrophic fall. Face was all fucked up, and over time it healed, but you still saw the scar for quite a bit, and now, obviously things are healing up. Learn how to heal yourself, things of that nature, all that stuff, right? So, in fact, that actually brings me to the topic of today's Move Swiftly thought, which is all about your goals as a football, from football to family to goals, and to the importance of how a father's presence can create so many incredible opportunities. The father's presence. Now, I know we're approaching Mother's Day, and this is not to at all, not or to dismay or to overlook the power and the importance of having your mother in your life, but we're talking about, I am recording this. It is the Sunday after the 2024 NFL draft has officially ended, and there's been story after story after story that has come out when it comes to, that player that has played at the highest of heights, that NFL player that is watching his son now get drafted by the same team or in the same league. And, it's a huge trigger for me because, again, as a person that has grown up in this game, growing up playing this game from 7 years old all the way to 22 years old, took me all the way through college. I can tell you, as a person who had his father at all of the games, the father's presence was at all of my games. I can tell you from personal experience. I can tell you now as currently an uncle. I can tell you as a teacher. I can tell you as a coach. I can tell you I could look at this thing from all sorts of angles. I could look at it from the person that, again, right now where I'm at in my life now is where I'm aspiring to become a father. And as a teacher now that I'm seeing the kids every day, there's a difference when there's a man's presence in a child's life, especially when this child has shown that they're committed to doing something. They really want to do it, all right? They're not just out there going through the motions. They're not just out there playing because it's what their daddy did. It's what their parents are pressuring them to do. However, it's something that they genuinely love. There's a huge weight lifted off the shoulders of young people when there's a man's presence there, all right? There's a man's presence. Again, this is not to overlook what the importance of having your mother in your life, having your mother at games and things of that nature. But when a man's presence is there, it takes the pressure completely off, and kids just go out and play, whether they are playing football, whether they're there's a musical instrument, whether they're in the choir, whether they're giving speeches, whatever it is that kid decides to do. When you have a man's presence in their life, it takes that pressure completely off. And it was so many triggers watching these guys get drafted, especially one Chris Jenkins. As I remember Chris Jenkins actually went to my alma mater, Good Counsel High School, and he played for my team, the Michigan Wolverines. So I watched him, high school, watched him in college, watched him develop. And, he had not only was it his father, Chris Jenkins, that played in the NFL, but it was also his uncle. I believe it's Cullen Jenkins, who also played in the National Football, and he played a couple years with the Redskins or the Commanders now, formerly the Redskins, now the Commanders. And I grew up a huge fan of the Commanders, the then Redskins, now Commanders. They don't know what they're going to do with the damn name. They're confused. I just want them to win some fucking games. But anyway, that's besides the point. It was him, seeing him get drafted. I believe he went to the Bengals in the 3rd round. And then the big one was Mr. Maserati, Marvin Harrison, guys that I watched playing, guys that I actually seen play, to see their sons doing some great things and to see their sons, to see that image. Also, there was another one, Jeremiah Trotter, who played the majority of his career, he played for the Eagles, but he also spent some time with the Redskins. And his son got drafted, came out of Clemson. I'm out here in South Florida. There was the Patrick Surtains. There's been tons of it, just so many things so many of those father-son combinations that have blessed this game, that have come out and played this game. And that's what this game is all about. The reason, all of that rambling, just really, I say all that, I bring all that to your attention just so I can explain to you what this game is all about, all right? Understand that this game is so much deeper than wins and losses. This game is so much deeper than your stats or what trophy you get and what kind of accolades, what kind of personal accolades you have, all right? The reason that this game is so important, all right, the reason that, we'll say it like this, the reason that what makes this game so special is that you can start to develop your family goals. You can start to use this game as a starting point, as a launching pad towards what you want your family to look like, towards how you can be there for your kids, how you can be there and have a presence in your son's life, all right? Because again, regardless, again, I could be on here talking to you about a ton of different situations in which, you know, there's been couples that are broken up, you know, players are coming out there with broken homes and things of that nature, all sorts of messes going on in the home. But the game provides a platform to where you can let it all go, and it provides a platform for you to build relationships with your kids, with your young people, and be a part of a community that makes it so that the outcome is nothing but positive outcomes. And that's what we got to latch onto. We got to latch onto that element of the game in which it's all about raising families. It's all about putting young kids on the right path and making sure you're teaching them how to compete, not teaching them entitlement, like I was telling you yesterday, not teaching them that somebody owe you this or owe you that or anything like that, but teaching them how to compete, teaching them how to work hard, and teaching them, again, as the older guy, right, as the older guys, the people that have played this game like myself. One of the things that one of the main reasons I do this is because, again, I know my nephew somewhere out there watching, and as he's getting older, he's hearing all these stories about his uncle and where he played and what he's doing, whether those stories are coming out of his uncle's mouth directly or those stories are coming out of my sister, his mother's mouth, or his grandparents, my parents' mouth, or whether it's, you know, he's just running into people that knew me from back when I played and things like that, and or whether he's reading one of my books, whatever it is. One of the motivating factors for me putting out so much material is because I do have a nephew, and I do have a nephew who's very much into sports and who's already a better athlete than me, and one of the driving forces towards that is, again, seeing the Maserati Marvins and his son, that father and son combination, seeing Chris Jenkins, that father-son combination, Jeremiah Trotter, Patrick Surtain, the list goes on and on and on in regards to how you're going to show up for the young people, whether it is actually your son or it's your nephew, niece, whatever it is. When you got young people looking up to you, it's your obligation to continue to put your stuff out there, not for you, but so you can leave a trail and teach them how they need to operate as they grow older and older and older and older. And again, as someone, I'm a living proof example. I can tell you, it seems actually just like yesterday when this little niece and nephew were babies, and now, you know, you got one about to be in her second year in high school, the other one getting ready to start high school. It's crazy, and it goes by really fast. So don't miss a beat, don't miss anything. Do whatever you have to do to be there and to have some sort of presence in your young people's lives, all right? Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand, Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.